If you're watching this video, then two things have happened. One, it's already Spring Festival, so happy Chinese New Year! 祝大家兔年大吉! And two, baby, I'm already back in China. Whee! As I'm filming right now, I am in Abu Dhabi's airport, but my trip today started 2,000 kilometers away in Beirut.
I thought I arrived late at Beirut's airport, but I had ample time before my flight, so it was either sitting down doing nothing or going around. The airport is small, but that's not to say my wait was boring. I window shopped for souvenirs. They were expensive, but quite nice. This red hat called tarbouch is part of the Lebanese traditional clothing. These evil eye charms are thought to protect you from people's envy. And how cute is this magnet shaped like a local car plate? I also checked a mini exhibition of archaeological finds, which I've seen before, but only from afar. This mosaic of two antelopes surrounding a goblet goes back to the 6th century. These terracotta bowls, discovered in the southern city of Tyre, are around 900 years old, and this exquisite limestone lion statue dates to the Roman period. The attention to details, from the ribs to the wavy mane to his manly bits, was just extraordinary. And just like that, it was time to say bye-bye to Beirut and board the plane. Though I was quickly asked by the cabin crew to switch off my camera, which I did, before turning it back on because these sights were not to be missed. After 3-ish hours, Abu Dhabi appeared before us with its shimmering, sparkling lights, and the first leg of my trip was over.
The one thing that I was dreading when I was booking my tickets in late last year was the logistics of returning to China. Because of COVID, getting into the country has been a real hassle for a couple of years for a variety of reasons. China-bound planes were very few. Ticket prices were very high. There was a long list of requirements for arrivals, and more importantly, getting into quarantine upon landing, etc., etc., etc. When I booked my round-trip ticket in December 2022 from Beijing to Beirut and back to Beijing, I set aside 8 days of quarantine upon returning to China, partially to be done at a facility, and then the rest was supposed to be at home because that was the regulation at the time, but not anymore. Since January 8th this year, 2023, when China eased its travel restrictions, getting into the country is as easy as having 3 documents: a passport and a ticket, duh, a PCR test with a negative result done within 48 hours before leaving whichever country you're in my case, Lebanon. Oh yes, negative indeed. And a phone. Why a phone, you ask? Well, because you have to fill an online health declaration form, which is super simple, super easy.
You basically have to enter some personal details like your name, nationality, date of birth, and traveling documents. Also your flight number, address in China, and whether you're showing any COVID-related symptoms. Press declare and you will get a QR code valid for 24 hours, which you'll have to show before you board your plane and after you land in China.
It is 6 past midnight and the flight takes off in less than 1 hour, boarding soon. And at the gate, it's a party. Look at the crowd. It's gonna take a while to board. Yeah, probably it's gonna take more than a while, but hopefully we'll make it on time. They've divided the plane into different zones and they're calling out one zone after the other, but I have no idea where we are at right now because the staff is so far away from me. The staff is all the way there, and that's a sea of people, and here I am, clueless, completely clueless. But I guess I'll just queue up like the rest of the people. The staff just said only zones 1, 2, 3, 4. Zone 5, please wait. All right, we're gonna wait. But at least I'm closer to the action right now. Much closer than before. It is 1 a.m. and everyone is seated. It's a full house. I don't know how they did it in such a very short time, but we are on the tarmac. Masks are mandatory on this plane, and soon we will take off. The whole plane is shaking. Have I ever told you that I do not like flying? Oh yeah, I don't like flying. Ah boy, I hate flying. We have liftoff. I don't know if you're seeing anything, but we're flying. Beijing, here I come. Here we are. Here is where we're going. This color is a vibe. Peas and tomatoes. And mayo. Hello, Beijing. I've missed you. I am severely underdressed for this weather. It is -9 and I am in a raincoat. Need to go get my luggage, open up the suitcase, and get the down coat. I had completely forgotten how long this ride is. It's been a solid 6 minutes and we still haven't quite arrived yet, but we're pulling into the station platform.
The international arrivals is still quiet, and that has to do with the fact that China's post-COVID reopening plan is gradual. Foreigners coming for work, study, or family visits can enter the country, but inbound tourism hasn't kicked off yet.
I feel like I'm always cursed. My suitcases never come out early. They're always among the last ones to come out. Not mine, not mine, not mine. See this one? Not mine. Nor is this one. Here's one, another one to go. Where are you? Where are you? They all look the same. And none is mine. After what felt like an eternity waiting for my second suitcase, the family of 3 is reunited, which means I can go back home and you can move on to another video because this one is over. This was all from me for this week. I will see you next time. 再见.